Hey, what's up guys, I'm Styler and welcome to my unboxing and review of the Vernee Apollo. It comes with an extremely fast fingerprint scanner, 2.5K display and a 21MP Sony IMX230 camera, all powered by the Helio X25 chipset clocked at 2.5 GHz. Remember to hit that like button and subscribe for more, so let's start the video. In 2016, Vernee released the Apollo Lite. Today I'm going to test the non-lite full version, just called Apollo, to see if this one is actually better. It comes in a discreet and elegant black box with a silver text saying Vernee Apollo. On the back we find the most important specifications, like the 5.5-inch 2.5K display, the Helio X25, 4GB RAM and 64GB storage, USB Type-C and a 3180 mAh built-in battery. So let's open the box, and the first thing we see is the phone. But this is unlike most other phones, not just placed in some plastic. No, it is in fact placed in a VR headset from the beginning. So let's have a closer look at this. At first glance it looks a lot like Google Cardboard, but the materials and build quality is a little bit better and the design and details are smarter. There's even a headband included. I think this is really a great idea, because with the phone's 2.5K display, VR will be much better than on other phones which just use a full HD display, as the pixels on a 2.5K display are much smaller and therefore then not so visible for the eye. Then there is also some leaflets, a quick start guide for the VR headset, info about the OTA feature, and last a standard user manual. There is a USB Type-C cable with a pretty long connector. I'm not sure why it's so long. I also tried other Type-C cables that I already own and all work just fine with the phone, so it's completely standard. There is a small pin to open the SIM trays. And last, a big fast charger with Pump Express. So that's it for the unboxing. So the phone comes out of the box with a pre-installed screen protector. I guess that is nice for some, but I'm going to remove this later as I like it smooth. In the bottom we find a speaker, the USB Type-C port with support for OTG and a microphone. The front glass is scratch resistant and 2.5D curved on the edge, but it unfortunately leaves fingerprints very easily. There are no capacitive touch buttons on this phone, all controls are only via on-screen buttons. So let me now remove the first outer layer of plastic from the display. So now it still in fact has the screen protector attached. You may notice it slightly here in the top. The phone is dual SIM and uses two trays, one for a micro SIM and one for a nano SIM or micro SD card. It is kind of a strange design, but it makes it different. Other phones normally just have one long combined tray. The Apollo has a premium metal body and the build quality is close to perfect. The power button and volume buttons are solid and easy to use. The back is slightly curved and that makes it feel thinner than it is. The phone weighs 185 grams and it is about 9.5mm thick in the center, while it is only 6.8mm at the edge. In the top we find the 3.5mm headphone jack and the sound is crystal clear and very loud. So right now I still have the plastic attached on the metal back. It just shows some info about SIM trays, buttons and the IMEI numbers. So let me remove this. There are some plastic lines on the back for the antennas, but the rest is of metal. We find a dual tone LED flash a 21MP Sony IMX230 camera and a very fast rear fingerprint sensor. Overall, a very beautiful metal body design. Okay, so now let me completely remove the screen protector. In the top we find a good 8MP front camera, multicolored notification LED, the ear speaker and light and proximity sensor. And let me just fast show you that the notification LED actually works, here in green, but it also supports other colors like for example blue. After the latest OTA update, the fingerprint scanner got really fast, and here you see how fast it is to unlock. It's just amazing. When you hit the sensor correct with your finger, then it is fast, but if you don't hit it correct, which sometimes can happen, then the accuracy is not always the best. So in terms of speed I give it 10 out of 10, but in terms of accuracy only 8 out of 10. And let me also try to press the scanner and then at the same time turn the phone. So yeah, here you notice how fast it is to wake and unlock with just one press. The touchscreen is very good and the UI is close to stock Android. I here installed some apps, but out of the box it comes clean and it's very smooth and fast. The on-screen buttons can be hidden or shown as you like, and click here for the quick toggles. You can also activate a special desktop setting so the phone can be rotated and used in landscape mode all the time, if that is something you like or need. The viewing angles are pretty good, as you can see here. Also I must say that I'm very pleased with the brightness and colors, which can be even further optimized using mirror vision in the display settings. The dual tone LED on the back works okay, but in my opinion it is just average and nothing special. Here you see the amount of light that it gives. The built-in speaker is okay, but the sound is kind of flat with no bass, but check it out here.
Waren wir alle zur selben Zeit am selben Ort.
Gaming is great on this phone, so let me now test Asphalt 8 with graphics settings on max. The camera app is close to the standard one from MediaTek, but it does offer stuff like motion tracking, and that does actually work. In the camera settings we find features like anti-shake, we see the picture size on 21MP, and there is also even electronic image stabilization and support for 4K video recording mode. The front-facing camera is decent, it does capture good details, and more than enough for selfies for social media. The 21MP Sony main camera does a pretty good job. Sure, I have seen better, but in daylight you can actually shoot some nice pictures with good details, while in low light it struggles like most MediaTek phones. I'm also very pleased to see that this camera doesn't produce blurry corners as seen on other MediaTek phones in the past. Be aware that the shutter is in fact very fast, but when you enable the anti-shake in the settings, the shutter will be much slower. So currently I have disabled this. The GPS has support for cloners and it is fast to find the signals and get a log, but the signals are of mixed quality, so the accuracy was not always the best while testing it with navigation, so I would say it can be used, but it's not 100% reliable all the time. So in the rest of the video I will show you info, try out different test apps and do various stuff with the phone. In this part I will not talk, but just turn up for the background music. My final pros and cons will come in the end, so stay tuned if you want to know my conclusion. The Vernee Apollo is a beautiful smartphone with high performance. The build quality and materials feels premium and the 2.5K display looks very good. The phone does everything good and better than the Lite version. The only things I have to point out is the very high price, the rather bad battery life, poor GPS and flat sound out of the built-in speaker. But overall this is still a cool smartphone, and especially when Vernee releases the next OTA update to optimize the battery life and also let the price drop, then this will definitely be a good buy. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. Please hit that like button and subscribe for more. Thank you for watching this video and I hope to see you in my next one.